Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's episode of the Relaxed Guardians podcast. I'm your host, Agnikar, joined as always by my co-host, Sebs. How you doing, Sebs?
I'm very good. What I'm just going to say, guys, is we've sorted out the ad stuff. So you get ads every hour. But the problem is it's about a minute 30. It's nothing we can do about it. It's all Twitch algorithm. There is an ad on at the moment that I can see. We just have to deal with it. It's showing up on your stream, Ags.
As an ad playing for you.
Yep.
But I've been live for 5 minutes, so anyway, I don't know.
I know. Fuck it. It's
anyway,
weird.
What's going?
Twitch is fucked. Fuck Twitch. YouTube's Twitch.
I was not going to say that, but
no.
So, what's been happening? How's your week been?
Right. So, I had doors put in, and I put. So guys come in. These big, massive New Zealander guys come in, and they thrash this piece of glass into place. They come in and they go, "All right, where's the door?" And I was like, "It's all the way down the back." Cool. Put the thing, and they're hitting it with hammers and stuff. 30 minutes, they were gone. I was like, "That's fucking great." Issue is now that the way the angle of the doors, because they're so large, I walked out the other day not realizing that you see straight into my next door neighbors, completely naked, and the woman's just looking at me like this. And I'm like,
oh no!
Hey, how are you doing?
What's going on?
Because you can the angle because you can see through the window straight into my bedroom now, because everything, it's literally all open, and so like you can see naked people now.
You have to get like blackout blinds or something.
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to get something.
Or you just have the naked off. Like, who can be more naked in the window?
They're ex-hippie. I think they're ex-hippies, so I think they'd be more naked than I would.
But you've been in the military. You've pooped in front of people. I'm sure you could be more naked.
True, I can just take a shit in front of them. I really don't care. Literally don't care. But
what are the degrees of naked?
But what happened last week? We didn't tell people about this charity events on our thing. We completely glossed over it.
Oh yeah,
we did. Yeah, so on the Saturday we did a charity event, the Starlight Foundation, with the fans, with the Australian Destiny fans page, and it was fucking awesome. It was really,
great.
really cool.
Great fun.
Most of it was me playing the Titan.
Yeah, the incentive. It was like what, $50, and you had to change to a different class, and you got stuck into Titan, which you hate.
Yeah, and it was 13 I think it started off at 1258 because I
Mhm.
refused to pay to get it. The light level increased up to a fucking certain light level or some shit like that. And he had
True.
all blues. He had all blues, and they were like, "Oh, change your exotics." I was like, "I'm going to fucking exotics on this guy. I don't know anything."
I'm lucky to have blue gear. I'm lucky that it's
Yeah,
not green. I can
yeah,
get
exactly.
white drops still. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was fun. It was fun. Like we had Ninja Chicken. We had some really up there people
Yeah.
coming into
We were
the
teamed with Ninja Chicken, Ice Warrior, and Rain,
yeah,
I believe. Or
I
at least
think
at first it was someone else, but I forget who. But they
yeah,
had to drop early.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a great time. Great fun.
It was really good. It was really
Mm.
good, and it gets you out. It gets you meeting other larger streamers and
Mhm.
seeing how they go and all that sort of stuff. And then it devolved into people paying me to put the bucket on my head.
Very, very, very quickly.
Yeah, yeah. And for every time I wanted to talk to them, I just introduced myself as Bucket Man, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Bucket Man. Yeah, I understand it."
Yep, I've seen
But
Bucket Man before.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm violently ill. I'm so ill. If you can hear in my voice, I feel like crap.
I'm just tired. It's summer heat, man. Summer in Australia right now. I'm working
Dirty
outside.
Queenslander.
Oh, it has just been like, when it's getting ready to be a massive storm, so it's just baking hot.
Yeah,
And
it's
like,
that ozony smell.
yeah, and it's just like you're just waiting for it to rain so it cools you off.
Yeah,
And all day just fuck me, I'm just wrecked from it.
yeah.
But we're here to power through and do our great show that we love doing. Even though there's not a lot to talk about in Destiny again at the moment. But I
There's
kind of
nothing.
wanted to yeah, go ahead.
So I read somewhere that it's got data mined. So I didn't go too far into it. So there's a new quest for coming out for the exorcism of Savathun. It got dropped on Facebook. I didn't go into it, but it possibly could be a new quest for the exorcism of Savathun. Data mined.
Okay.
This season. Possibly
So
this
at
season.
the end of the season after the 30th anniversary?
I didn't want to go into it. I don't like spoilers. I just thought, oh, it's a really good information because we were talking about it. And I was like, oh, that's pretty good. Like, it's pretty good that it could possibly be an end of season quest.
Not knowing what it is, what do you think the quest would be? How do you think it would work?
Well, I reckon we're going to get shrunk down to Ant-Man. We're going to go inside of her, and then we're going to fight a worm.
And then it transitions to Gears of War 2. We got chainsaw lances, and we start cutting worm heart organs.
And then we have to go into a butthole. But the only way we can do is go into a butthole, and then we have to fight through Savathun's shit. I don't know. I think it's going to be. What I'd like it to have is connotations to Zol, the Zol fight. So you get transported into it. It's not like just like a normal exorcism where you get a Bible and you do the thing. You have to actually get in there and fight the parasitic worm, but at the power of Savathun. So whoever doesn't know, Zol was the end of the
Warmind campaign. The second DLC of Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Now sunsetted.
So the reason why we defeated him so quickly was because he was underpowered. He was hammered from Rasputin, freezing Mars. And then he broke out of Mars as Mars came back into the campaign. And then we fought him low leveled. And that's the reason why we killed him. And then we made him into Whisper of the Worm.
Yeah.
So what I'd like is to have this exorcism, but you have to fight the worm at full power of Savathun. Something like that, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Which would be pretty cool.
We've never actually fought a character at full power before. Every single time we go to fight one of these big characters, the main campaign is usually lowering down their power source, and then the raid we finish him off. Like Crota, we cut off his connection to the physical world. Oryx, we literally push him back into his ascendant plane and then cut off all of his tithing through the court of Oryx.
Yeah.
Siva stuff was kind of different. It was like we sort of just cut off a supply of Siva. and then so on and so forth. Callus wasn't really Callus. Those bosses in the raid layers weren't really god level bosses. They were kind of just like they were like mages instead of gods, a bit
Yeah,
different. But we haven't actually yet come up against the point where we've come up against a character that is god tier at full power.
yeah.
And so I saw this post on Facebook the other day of someone asking lore wise who the most powerful guardian is, and someone responded saying that our guardian, technically lore wise, is the most powerful guardian out of all of us. And that's not exactly true. Campaign wise, our guardian does all the things. You know, we beat Gaul, we go through and we do whatever the Witchwing campaign is going to be. But when it comes to raids, technically in the lore, they actually acknowledge the first 6 members to clear the raid as being the guardians specifically who are in that part of the story that powerful at that moment. So unless you're the person who rolled first, technically your guardian at that time is not the most powerful. So it's kind of a bit of a weird mixed bag there.
I've always read it differently because within the law, it only dictates that you like. I understand what people are saying, but they usually point out when you're doing the raid, it's you singly doing that raid by yourself because it's the way the law reads.
They acknowledge that there's teams in those moments, like with the end of Last Wish. It was like they have those Inkblot cutscenes. And it's like 6 guardians went down and cut out the hard ribbon.
Yeah. Okay.
When you get the Lament Blade, Clever Spray's big robot heads, like those guardians that went into the Deepstone Crypt. They acknowledge that it's teams.
All right.
Yeah.
So all right. Just back off that. Yes, our guardian is the thing because we play with it, and then we get all the bonuses where usually some guardians are only, or some guardians are only can only use one power, so one power.
Yeah.
Or choose to use one.
Yeah.
Power.
Yeah.
So who do you reckon? Who do you reckon's the powerfulest?
I would honestly say Osiris. I think Osiris is just like historically shown that their power wielding the light just pales other people's, like being able to project himself at the Battle of Six Fronts to all different 6 fronts and still be fighting at full power at each different location. His understanding of how to project reflections and just the light in general, I think it makes him the most powerful. I know there's characters that are like Anna Bray.
He's not powerful enough. He's not powerful enough to turn around if I can defeat Savathun, does he?
Well, no one's unbeatable. There's a difference between being invincible and powerful.
This guy.
Like,
I reckon Shaxx is up there. Never be defeated. Only lost his one horn.
Possibly. I don't think we've ever actually had a showdown between Shaxx and Osiris, so.
Well, he has been defeated because he got defeated by Akora, didn't he? That shot like a noble.
He did too. Yeah, he got the invective shot up his ass in the Crucible. But that's one of those things where it's like it was in the Crucible. It was a friendly match. It wasn't a life death situation like when we had those stories of Felwinter and Shaxx showing down during the Iron Lords and Warlords days.
Yeah.
So it's like it's different scenarios, different situations. I still think Osiris is the most powerful.
I think so too. I think he's up there. I think like Ikora is fairly up there as well. Because fuck, I don't want to talk about it. I really want to talk about it because it's really poignant to the it's really poignant to this conversation, but it's something that we got in the pipeline. I don't want to talk about.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, because it's really they hit it on the head on this thing. And I'm like, God, but nah.
Give it to yourself.
Yeah, keep it to myself.
Yeah. Anyway, which is what makes it interesting that Savathun has Osiris now. So she's taken out, from my perspective, the most powerful guardian, and she's corrupted Shaxx. She's in Zavala's head. Ikora, we don't know. She could be there.
So what I did, we've got a post that goes out weekly now on Insta, and we've started to get a little bit of traction on it. Like, tell me your best theory. And this is off one of the people. We had 7. We had 7 people.
7. Ooh.
Yeah. So this is off Kiddo Widow. All right. We never left the Infinite Forest and the Vex won in Curse of Osiris. and we've had to talk about this, is where do you think we ever left the Vex network?
Yes, because they
And
can't simulate our power causality, so there's no way that they are sitting there projecting all of these events to play out with us being simulated in them, let alone the rest of the Guardians.
Stu, I am not putting my bucket on my head in the podcast
For a sub.
for a sub.
Wrong stream.
Wrong stream, my man. Wrong stream. Agnikai will do something.
I appreciate the sub, though. I will sit here and I'll twiddle my pen and I'll talk lore in a nice, sexy voice.
Yeah. So all right. So they can't. All right. So they can't do paracausal. All right, fair enough. That kind of things. Yeah, there's nothing to do. There's literally nothing to do. So I run GMs with Glenn 25, and we've got as many people as through. We got Lowy, we had his first ever GM clear, and I got as many people as we can do, and it just evolved. Me and Glenn were really tired, and the last couple of we were like, nah, this is fucked. We're just dying to dumb shit. GMs like, oh.
Lake of Shadows, was it?
Yeah.
That was the easy one.
Yeah, and then we've got this one is Devil's Lair, I think it is. The Devil's Lair. Exodus Crashers.
Oh, fucking it. That's the one with the invisible boss at the end, isn't it?
Yeah, right, but there's a little glitch you can do. There's a little glitch you can do at the behind the boxes. So it's not so hard. It's pretty easy to get up to wherever it is. It's not so hard. You just sit behind the box and you just spam wells in with Phoenix Protocol. There is also, that's it. There's nothing.
We're waiting for the next, I don't know, 5 days for the 30th to drop. Very, very close. It drops on reset.
So next Tuesday.
Yeah. 3 a.m. Wednesday reset is when it goes live.
Guess what? Guess who's off? This bad boy.
I'm not. I'm working, but that's all right. I don't have to, I'm not going to be dealing with the I can't get into the servers shit.
No, my kid's having his tonsils out, so he'll be tucked up in bed watching Elsa Frozen because he's into Frozen at the moment, and then I will be here just checking stuff out purely for podcasting.
I appreciate you subbing, Stu. I thought of a question today because I was like, because we know that we're going into this, like, do we have much really to talk about? The 30th anniversary is about the 9. We know that in some loose way. We know that Zero's involved. We know we're going through the loot cave. Do you expect any lore moments to happen with the 9 in this expansion, in this DLC, or do you more expect it to be like, it's an event?
Look, I purposely haven't looked into anything. I haven't gone into anything because I like to be surprised. I would imagine it'll be something to do why they fucked off. Because since the Darkness ship came, we haven't heard anything of them. They basically did a fast one and gone. So look, hopefully it'll be some information on why they went. And maybe they know some other information. It's supposed to be about Xur, though. It's not supposed to be about 9.
Well, Xur's the emissary of the 9. He works through them. That's why.
Then it might be the background of how Xur come about. Because they say that Xur, what I read, Xur was one of the 9, then 10, but then he had an experiment on him, and then he didn't become one of the main people, and that's why he's all fucked up. But that's where the
right. I've never heard that before, but
yeah, I read it. I read it.
That's the case. That's the case. The last. Okay. Let's explain the 9 here because I've had people message me before saying you mention characters and then you don't explain them. So quick deep dive. The 9 are essentially.
Who's messaged you?
I don't want to say names.
Your wife has messaged you because that's who.
All right. I didn't want to say names, but you can fucking call her out. God.
Your future wife.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Go on. The 9.
She said yeah. No. Anyway. So, the 9 are essentially focused dark matter that's created a consciousness that lives around 9 planets in our solar system. So far as we know, there's nothing to say that this isn't the case.
The man,
The man
myth,
Bife
the
says
beef.
it's a red herring and then
Yeah.
doesn't tell us why. So at this point, that's as much as we know.
Right.
And there's even lore to say that they've tried to escape their dark matter physique, I guess, because they're on a different plane. So
you're correct with the dark matter. I'm not denying the dark matter.
Yeah.
It's the fact that they tied to the 9 planets is wrong. But it could have been they are tied to, maybe that's why they have gone dark, because they've obviously taken 4 planets away.
Yeah, possibly. Well,
I'll
get further into that bit in a second, because that is relevant to what I'm saying. But anyway, so there are these concentrated consciousnesses of dark matter that are trying to enter our chemical world. They want to be physical like us as Guardians. So they are trying different experiments to figure out how they can do that. One of them was they interacted with an Ahamkara, made a wish, and that wish put them in a box and they would turn to dust. So one of them exists as dust in a box. Another one was one of the 9. When Gaul attacked the city, one of the 9 deactivated our sensors and allowed Gaul to get past, and that's how he got straight to the tower and destroyed us. And that member of the 9 was then captured and imprisoned by the other members of the 9. So we don't even know how that works. We've had talks before. When we first played Destiny 1, there was a moment where in the DLC of the House of Wolves, Skolas, who was the leader of the House of Wolves, he was a prisoner of the 9, but then escaped somehow. We don't even know how that physically works, if he was imprisoned on their dimension and then escaped their dimension somehow, but he doesn't seem that smart. So we don't really know. They seem to be retconned like 4 times throughout the lore of Destiny.
Right. So the bit that I read was they were actually subjected to testing by a higher force than the 9. So they were a scientific project, and that's how they came about. So Xur was the first. Xur was the prototype that got made, fucked up, and then the others come off that. And now we know within the lore they've split. So there's 4 that wants to go kind of look out for us, and then there's 5 that want to be like
do anything to get a chemical form.
Yeah, a chemical form, and they tend to. It's been basically pointed out that they tend to go for the darkness because the darkness is basically offered them bodies.
It's not stingy. But
yeah,
the Traveler notoriously has been quiet.
Yeah, exactly. So look, they're there. We know they're there. I would like to find out how Xur came about, because it's going to upset people. It's going to, because everybody's got this way that this is why Xur's here, this thing. And then what if he just turns and goes, nah, he's just
my mum fucked an octopus, like.
Yeah. I'm ill, Vince. I'm very, very ill. It could be just the fact that, he's actually a new race. So what happened was, Lavinia had a bit of a thing for the 9, and she jumped through a portal and she became another emissary for the 9.
You need to explain who Lavinia is first.
I don't know. Lavinia is a person. Lavinia is a person who had a fucking add-on for the 9.
She was a cryptarch who got obsessed with the 9, so she tried to track them down, and then
So they say, they say that the one in the prophecy is Lavinia, not the actual 9.
No,
the big thing.
That's a different person again. That emissary was, so we have the emissary that we've seen in game, who has interacted with Dredgen.
Right.
And you have Lavinia, who is a different character who we haven't seen, who could possibly make an appearance. In 30th. The one that we've seen was Mara Sob's former lover, who again was obsessed with the 9 and sought power through them.
So we've never really met the 9.
No.
We've talked. They've been talked at. We've had talks or overheard conversations with them, but we've never actually physically seen what they look like.
Yeah.
And so, is it Lavinia can be transmitted through holding hands. It's not COVID, man. So look, maybe Zur is another person, a different race that had a hard on for the 9, and then he jumped through the portal, went and found the 9, and he got turned into Zur.
Yeah.
And people are holding him hostage now.
Yeah, they keep doing that. They keep instancing him and then holding him hostage for the week, and it's like, why not just let him go home?
Go home.
He's here for more of the week than he's not.
Yeah,
like
because they were running. Dire Promise was one of the guns, and people were just fucking farming Dire Promises off him. But yeah, so look, there is. I hope we just find stuff out about Zur, because if it's not what people think, they're going to be very upset, and it's going to be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's that thing of it's a mystery for so long that the truth just won't be able to live up to it.
Yeah.
You know? Which is hard. It's hard for it's hard to meet expectations like that. That's why bringing in characters like Savathun and Xivu Arath is quite difficult, because they're such big characters that we just went, they're not as much as I was expecting. Or Zol, like we brought up earlier, who was quite weak when we first interacted with him, but then we deep dive in the lore, we realized he wasn't at his full strength. You know, we keep getting these characters and we go, oh, we beat them by shooting them. Like,
yeah,
this isn't what we're expecting.
I want something that is not beatable by shooting. Like this mechanic. I just want a mechanic-based background where you can do this and it kills a person. Vince is saying Zur needs pocket money to keep his wife happy. She is so demanding, or maybe I am projected. Oh, well, wow. you just purchased the house, mate, in Brizzy, so in Queensland.
He used to take strange coins and only strange coins.
They're coming back.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're supposed to be coming back, so I don't know. There's all this tidbit stuff that's coming back in Facebook, and I'm like, ooh. Is this real? Is this coming back? Like the thing for the exorcism of Xivu,
the quest.
Is it that Zur is just a scientific failure, and that's why he's been banished to just give guns to Guardians every weekend? And then there's obviously the strange coins coming back. There's the thing, we have found out that data mining strange coins come back. Issue is, it's another fucking currency.
Yes.
But like, do you find like we've all got our opinions on certain things, and I understand this. Do you think they should have just left the tangled shore of the little space with spiders and that little instance at the beginning, so that you can go to the mind benders, the mind benders guy, whatever the fuck his name is?
The mind benders guy.
The strike when you go down on the left hand side.
Oh, to do the fanatic strike.
Yeah, fanatic. That's the guy.
Nah.
Do you reckon they should have just left that instant, and that's you couldn't go any further because nobody used it?
Nah, I think it's just taking up the same memory space. Even if you're only loading into that one zone, it's probably still coding in space wise. It would still be expecting the rest of the zone to be there. I think it's fine that they're getting rid of it. Like Spider's going to do his own thing. All of Spider's currency exchange is going to Rahul.
Yeah, because people are getting very upset over this, like really, really upset over it. Like I don't want to belittle anybody's thoughts on it.
I get the argument of, I paid for this content and now it's leaving. It's like you paid for the time that it was available for, and you've had your chance to play it, and now it's gone. You know,
yeah.
It's the same as if you buy a movie ticket for a certain session. If you don't go and watch that session, you missed out.
Yeah,
like you're not buying the movie.
Yeah, like I understand people's upset. I understand that. Like it's we signed a contract.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what a live service game is. This is not Call of Duty campaigns where it's one campaign that comes out a year and then that's it. This is what you get. You get this version of this content right now, and it changes and evolves over time.
Yeah, exactly. So look, because they obviously one guy was already excuse me.
Oh.
One guy was pointing out in Facebook, he goes, right, from the 30th or whatever the fuck it is, the 30th anniversary, I will be helping people get Gjallarhorn. And I was like, but you don't know how to get Gjallarhorn.
Yeah.
But it's in the dungeon. He goes, is it though?
Is it though?
and it's just a random guy on Facebook, and he's like, well, I will help you get it, because like people are like, but you don't know anything about it. You don't know anything what's going on. It could be the fact that it could be a solo thing.
Exactly.
Like it could be a world drop. We don't know. We do not know. And people are like, and like I understand, because we're not friendly on the internet. We're not friendly on the internet. And he got torn. It's like, and he got torn to bits for just offering
the
help.
Is that like he's doing the streamer thing of, I'm a streamer and I'm going to help you out. Yeah. And look, people appreciate that, but do it correctly. You know, offer the help when you can actually offer the help. It's like me going, I'll help you do a GM, and I've never done a GM. You know?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not
going to be able to help you do shit.
But like, we have some fucking highly toxic people in this in this whole Destiny community. Like one guy, I saw one yesterday, and I love reading the comments because it's just fucking arguments. And
it's always like it's Facebook.
Yeah, one guy had a Monarch and a hand cannon, and he showed his kills. So Le Monarch, swap, bang, fucking hand cannon, dead man.
Yeah.
And like I don't know if he was expecting this like fanfare. He did not get it. He had 73 comments on this one thread of him just getting torn to bits and arguing with this one guy. And he went back and forth for a good fucking 20 minutes of them just arguing about this fucking Le Monarch setup.
People, it's
hilarious.
It's so funny, but like you could be on the internet for 5 minutes in a Destiny area, and then you just know that nobody likes Le Monarch users, and then Le Monarch cannon users. So posting a video of you doing that is not going to garner you any fucking friends. Everyone's going to hate you.
Yeah, exactly. And look, if you're running around with a bow, you got some skill, even though it's 100% fucking aim assist on Le Monarch.
To the head. Oh, it's ridiculous. I used fucking Le Monarch in trials the other week when we were playing with Curly, and I swear to God, I was like aiming over there and hitting people in the fucking head.
Yeah.
Like it's just stupid.
Yeah, and you don't even have to. It's a body shot with a hand cannon. He's a dead man.
It's so dumb.
But yeah, it's just absolutely fucking stupid. It's just crazy. And like I don't know, like I understand. Like yes, I've had 50 kills in one fucking game. It is with Le Monarch, and if it's not a setup that they enjoy or they think, I don't like it.
It's even worse if you like post a video of you using like explicit meta guns, like I don't know, I show Yura's build or some shit. If you post a video of you doing really well with the Shira's Wrath, everyone's like, yeah, but you're just using the best gun in the game. Oh, you would use Veg Missile Class, you fucking crutch. It's like, it's good. It's a good gun, and I would have a great streak with it. It doesn't mean I'm unkillable. I just did really well with something that's really good.
But he just clipped those, mate. He just clipped those videos. So it's all not him just dying all the time.
Yeah, it's like gets the kill, cut.
Yeah, because it's all I think it's all through trials. So it's all the one map. So it's like I just see like put them all together, and he's got like 50 kills. He's like, yeah, look at how good I am. 50
amazing.
Kills. 50 kills over 100 hours worth of fucking gameplay. But yeah, like I don't know, man. There is fuck all to talk about. There's nothing to talk about. We are babbling. But
I want to actually. So you know how we had that Bungie meeting that you got your power cut out of?
Yes.
I came across all of my post-it notes that I wrote on that day. Because I was just writing down fucking everything they said. But I was like, for the longest while, I was like, I'll run an NDA. So I thought I threw it out. But I did it. I held on to it.
Right.
What was the thing that I wanted?
We're not on an NDA yet.
No, we're not on an NDA at all for this at all. There's the future stuff.
I haven't signed it yet. I haven't even been given it.
No, you won't get one for this one.
Okay.
So Bungie doesn't feel like a content drought. So they've
This is good. This is good radio, mate. This is good.
Radio. No. I'm sorry. My note taking is beyond shit. So we asked the question: do you feel like we're going into a content drought with 30th anniversary? And the answer simply was no. They feel like that this 30th anniversary coming up is going to be enough content to push us through to February with the 30th anniversary and then Dawning as well. And then the patch at the time, they didn't explain what the patch was, but we now know it's the weapons and abilities rework. So they feel like now with everything on the table, do you feel like we are going into it, or we are in a content drought, or we just sort of in that lull phase for 2 weeks before we get the anniversary?
Yes, Vince, he can't read his own writing. He writes like he's got a writing ability of a 3-year-old.
I write like a typographer in a courtroom.
Well, it depends on what it's like. Depends on how much we have to do to get Xenophage, because we know Xenophage is coming, whether it's tied to a dungeon, whether it's tied to a speed run.
I've already got Xenophage, by the way.
Oh no, Xenophage, fucking galley. That's the word I was like. Look, what I want is what I reckon it should be is something tied to like Whisper of the Worm or 0 Hour.
We get a secret quest.
Yeah, you have to do a secret quest, and you have that speed run. You have to do it in a certain thing, like Presage. Something like Presage, a little bit better, a little bit longer, but slightly more difficult. Jumping puzzle that is difficult, and that will keep you going because you will continuously run it until you get it fucking right. It's like we can't understand when Seb talks, and now we learn we can't read what I guys write.
We make the complete package.
Yeah. So what I want is something like that. I don't want it to be like Pit. I don't want it to be like Prophecy.
You want a speed run dungeon?
Yeah. I want a jumping puzzle dungeon. We haven't had one for a while. Presage was the one, but that was a really jumpy puzzle.
Yeah, you got Prophecy's Rainbow Road, I guess.
Yeah. But like, so like down to it, Whisper. Whisper was a fucking nightmare. You had to get it in a certain way, and you have to kill those really hard bosses, the end 3 of. And they'd always shoot those black balls here. Dumber and Dumber Productions.
Do you reckon they should make it fucking hard? Like, just like the final step of this dungeon? Because we're not getting a power boost, right? We are already at max power. And then whatever your artifact is, obviously, after that. There's no power increase here. So should we just make this like a fucking smashing your head against the wall final boss, and then when you get a guaranteed galley?
No, I reckon it should just be timed from the start. Don't have a normal timed one, like the Outbreak Perfected one. Like have the Outbreak Perfected one, but then have a second course that you have to do, and it has to be timed.
So the heroic,
So
do a normal dungeon and then a heroic dungeon, and then you get Catalyst for galley through the heroic,
something like that. But like it's over certain runs. So where the Whisper was, you had to go and get it over a certain number of times per week. So you had to get the chests. You could either go and get the chest, or I think that was the ship, wasn't it? The chest. You had to go in for the 5 chests per week, or you get a number of chests or number of like gives when you kill the bosses under a certain time in the master. Something like that. Something like that, where it's fucking hard.
So make the Catalyst a challenge, on top of getting the Catalyst being in the heroic version of the dungeon, on top of making the normal dungeon difficult as shit off launch.
I've never watched it. I haven't watched it yet, mate. I haven't watched the Hawkeye series.
I don't want to touch it.
Loey's watched it. He's the best person to look for. Yeah, so you want it difficult, because that will have legs then. Like a dungeon where you just power through, bang, 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 bang. You get to the end. Woohoo, galley. You'll never go back in there.
If it's easy, you don't want to go back.
Yeah.
Right? I agree. I want it. I just want something to be very fucking hard. Like, I know GMs are hard, but GMs are hard because they just have these ridiculous modifiers that break the game half the time. It's like, I get that's what they are. And like the strategies there with the revives as well. And like taking out champions gives you more revives. Like there is strategy to it which kind of mitigates it, but I just liked Whisper's version of it, of you have limited time, and when you hit that end, you want as much time for that end because these bosses are above your level.
Yeah, exactly. You know? But with GMs though, GMs are difficult, and I think because like what you said last week is we get taught in this game is to basically run and pound your head against enemies. You just power through, bang, 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 you revive. Bang, 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 you get to the next part, cool, revive. Where GMs, don't teach you that. They GMs are all right, take cover, and then people can't do it because it's like, oh, I don't know how to take cover.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to poke my head out, I'm going to die. Shit.
You know, there's a lean system in this game.
Is there what?
You can lean around corners in this game.
No.
And you can peek up behind cover. Yes, you can. That exists in this game. That's right. There is a cover system built into Destiny that no one uses.
How?
I'm pretty sure you go up against the wall, you can lean out by aiming. You can also you can crouch behind cover, and if you aim, you'll pop up like a rally barricade. There is a cover system built into this game that is so underutilized that no one uses it. No one knows about it.
I've never ever fucking
I know.
known about it.
I'm serious. Yeah. It's there. It's there to help you with GMs. Just because, like you said, we are not programmed in our brains by Bungie to sit back and slow down that we just don't notice it.
Yeah.
We don't do it.
And that's what people like. I'm not going to point out that I think we took a guy through. Okay, we took a guy through. He was a Titan. I'm going to blame it on the fact that he's a Titan. And he would just throw himself bodily at champions and then wonder why he dies.
Yep.
And I'm like, right, let's take cover. Ah, boosh. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on, man?
Why is that Dreg rocking skulls?
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, dead. But
we can't tell.
Make it hard. Potato Cake says, make it hard, but not hard enough that you need to find a cheese.
Yes,
the issue was there wasn't a cheese with Outbreak Perfected. There wasn't literally a cheese with Whisper. Is you have to get there, bang. It was just you have to get there as fast as possible, and then you have to kill shit at the end. Yes, the cheese possibly was use your chain your supers in the last 3 rooms. I think it was.
So cheese, that's a strategy.
That's a strat, yeah. There wasn't a cheese. There isn't a cheese.
Yeah.
There was the issue with the wrist runner that used to fucking kick you out of fucking Outbreak Perfected, but there was no cheese for that. You couldn't fucking. You just had to run as fast as you could and get there as fast as you could, and to kill the people at the end with a strategy.
Yeah, and you had to have a strategy for the end because it's like, okay, we need to get in, we need to kill. For Outbreak Perfected, get in, kill the Shanks, move on, kill the Shanks, move on, and then focus boss or focus the spider tanks.
And what I'm going to regret this, but what they should do is, so with Outbreak Perfected, what you needed to do is I could have done. In the end, I was running it fast enough that I could kill the end room by myself.
Wow. Yeah,
so we could get all the way to the end. Kill. If I had 2 people, fantastic. You just fucking kill it. What they should do is, the end of that story was you could get it, and then you could leave one person at the back making his own way slowly to the front.
Yeah.
What they should do is you can't get the weapon or catalyst if you do not get into that boss room.
So, that would actually piss people off because people would do that for trolls on purpose.
Exactly.
No.
Get it there. No, like, because it teaches, like, I understand people struggle with jumping puzzles. We understand that. There's some people who don't struggle, who struggles with jumping puzzles. There's people who don't. So people can just understand the jumps and just take the piss. But what they need is if you don't get in there, you do not get that fucker.
Yeah, but if you get locked out because someone gets there before you, you're just going to get beaten out. That's not fair.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Think how many that if I was a Bungie dev, I would be like, this is what's gonna happen. And I would just see the whole world cry over the fact that they can't do this jumping puzzle.
I would just get people would just not play it, I think. They would see that the fact that there's a chance that even if they run through this, not based on RNG, based on what people being able to block them.
But it's not blocking. There's no blocking. There's no like, oh, well, if I run there, the door's going to close behind me. You can still get there. Like, even if it's a 25-minute run, you get there in the last minute. You get there in the last minute. You get there in 24 minutes. At least you got there. At least you kept hammering through. But what you don't want is to go, all right, because like I've stopped doing carries now, because I don't like it. So we would do Outbreak Perfected, being another guy. And we were like, you stay here or you make your way, and they get to the wall, and that's as far as they got. Right. Because they couldn't do the jumping puzzles around the wall. And we killed the boss, and then they got Outbreak Perfected.
Right.
Like, what I want to do is basically having to force teach people how to do jumping puzzles. So if they want the gun, they have to get to the end of this thing. It may, like I said, it may take them 24 minutes. Just get there to the end. You kill the boss. I don't know where you go.
Yeah, I mean, I get. Well, like that's.
It'd be fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
B-roll for days.
It would be a lot of angry forearms. And it might last a day before they turn that off.
Nah, fucking great.
Holy shit.
Because it
that's an April Fool's joke.
It does on Presage. If you can't do it, they will not give you the weapon. You have to be a certain distance through the Presage. Or it could be a glitch because the guy only happened to one. B-roll.
Yeah, I was gonna say as long as you you can't even with Presage when you get to the final boss room, you just get joining allies. So you can't even get locked out of that. Yeah.
Not in Master, you don't.
Surely you would.
Nope. Not in Master.
That doesn't make any sense. If an encounter area gets locked off, like
it doesn't get locked off.
Yeah.
Because it just does not drag you through.
I would test that again because I'm
all right. I will test that. Guys, we will run Presage after this. And
I won't be on, but you can test it. I'll be watching the stream. No, I got shit to do. But I'll watch your stream. I guarantee you it pulls you through.
No.
Yes.
Trust me.
Even like maybe not like I guarantee you cannot get through that without getting that pulled through. Like there's no way. There's never been an instance.
How much you betting on this, my man?
Jesus Christ, I'll give you a gifted sub.
So I'm 41%, you're 39%.
No, you fuck off.
we bet on percentages.
Fuck off. I'll bet you a bucket. I'll make you a Mach 4 bucket.
My Mach 4 bucket. Fuck, yeah. I was looking at lights today.
Oh god.
Yeah, I want ears. I want a crown. I want a bucket crown.
You need to build in a TV so you can see what you're fucking doing.
Nah, fuck that. That's not fun. Right. Yeah. So, what do you reckon? Do you reckon it's going to be tied? Like we know it's going to be tied. Somehow going to be tied to the night. Yes. Do you think it's going to be prophecy look?
Oh, the loot cave dungeon.
Yeah. Do you reckon it's going to be loot?
So, what does the internal of the loot cave look like?
It's a fucking cave.
Well, we have the 6-man activity that's free as well, and that's already looking 9E. Like that. Like I don't think it's the. What was that thing called when Season Drifter was a thing? Where you get Reckoning. It doesn't look like Reckoning, but it looks like it's in a similar space.
Because they all look the fucking same. They all look like they got these pyramids. They're white, light blue.
That white, like it looks like sand, like carved in sand sort of stuff.
They all look the same. Every time you do the Reckoning, it's always you're on a beach. Every time you go in the end of Prophecy, you're in a blue thing.
Yeah.
With the rainbow road and stuff. It's a little bit It's a little bit,
So I don't think the loot cave will be. I think the loot cave will be more like referential stuff. I might we go through the. Guess we go into the loot cave and we go through the back of it, and we go. I'm like kind of expecting some sort of treasure vault to be built back there, and we're fighting through that. That's sort of what I'm expecting.
Right. Okay.
And I'm expecting more of the 9 stuff because that 6-plan activity is free to play. Pretty sure there's an aspect of this event coming out that is free to play, and then I'm pretty sure the dungeon's the only $30, and then the Thorn armor and everything is paid stuff. What's your deal, Miss Cleo?
Right. Yeah. Look, I don't know. This paid stuff, this paid and free stuff, I really don't have anything to say about it, to be honest, because we pay for it anyway. We get it anyway. That's what we do.
Yeah, exactly.
We get it anyway.
And it's like, okay. The thing that we're paying for is where we get the new stuff. Besides maybe armor, like a set of armor. I don't even know what drops we're getting from the 6-man activity. Like, we're not going to get new weapons. We might get a new armor set, but I think the new armor set, the Thorn armor set, is tied to the dungeon, I believe. Gjallarhorn's tied to the dungeon. Maybe there's his own like set of weapons surely there's his own set of weapons in that dungeon as well.
Sure. It's got to be, haven't it? It's got to be, because they'd have to have something drop. They wouldn't have world loot, but it could roll in the prophecy weapons in the 6-man activity.
Oh yeah, I guess. Well, prophecy weapons or the Trials of the 9 stuff. Has all of the Trials of the 9 stuff come back yet, or is it only some stuff?
Yeah, it's all through prophecy. That's what Darkness Before. And
even the armor set.
Oh yeah, well the armor set is the the armor set is the armor set is the original armor set that's already in there, but the weapons came back, isn't it? The prophecy dungeon with all the Trials of the Nine weapons.
Yeah, you can't earn the Trials of the Nine armor at the moment. I'm pretty sure the weapons you can, or most of the weapons you can. So maybe that's where they put they bring that back in the 6-man activity. They go, hey, you can re-earn this armor set because it's only like available to people who got it originally. I think there's still an issue where you can't transmog it at the moment. Like they still have that issue where you can't transmog year 1 gear.
Yeah, so, I don't even think they're going to do it, but hey, I don't know.
I don't know. It was on a different system. It was pre-armor 2.0.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so look, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a bit. Look, we can wait. It's only next Tuesday. We got what, 5 days?
Yeah,
we got 5 days, and that's it. So that's pretty fucking cool. And like content drop wise though, it's what they're gonna have to if they think that this 30th anniversary is gonna push us until February, it's gonna have to be something. They can't just turn around. There's a 6-man activity, which the astral alignment. How many times have you done the astral alignment?
I didn't even do it for the 10 weeks. No.
That it's got no legs because you just do the blah 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 and then you move on. There's nothing like. So I went back and did all the splicer stuff because you can get, if you get armor drop, there's a good chance there's 2 high stats in there, and they're stupid high stats. I had a 70 drop the other day.
Oh, what?
A 70
Holy
drop.
Shit.
Yeah. Absolutely completely shit fucking piece of kit, but I had a 70.
Oh. Wow.
Wings of Sacred Province or something like that. They were.
Oh, really?
70, my first ever 70.
And they were crap. They were all mobility.
Oh, yeah, like mobility and strength, I think, but whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, but in Splicer, you can get the 2 armor. If you get the armor set, you can get 2 high stat rolls on that. Oh, the wife is bringing in the Mackie D's.
The delivery.
Get it in.
Thank you.
Get it. Where's mine?
It's on its way.
Okay, good. So like I've gone back and started to do that because it drops. There's nothing in the astral alignment that will give you anything.
There's nothing in astral alignment. Like even the legend versions don't drop you anything good.
Yeah.
At all. And like, what's the point of doing the legend versions besides getting bright dust? So you do it once.
Yeah.
It's
pointless. It's absolutely pointless. There's nothing there. If they turn around and go, right, you have, like they did in Splicer, you have a chance to earn a armor drop with 2 high statted gear. You'd be like, fuck yeah, I will do it. It's got legs. You will go back in every week. You do your 3 turns.
Yeah.
Astral alignment, you will get a chance to earn this expansion's armor, but with 2 high stats. And then you'll transfer. You go, all right, cool. And then I'm going into that one. I'm going to do that one. But is it the fact that you could earn 6 pieces then? Possibly 6 pieces with high statted gear.
Well, you got 6 chances to roll at it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but like,
how many places can we go? Like, we get a new place for a pinnacle every season, but I guess that rotates out for seasonal content. So the new content comes in, the old content becomes powerful on pinnacle.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got to kind of find a balance there of power creep.
Yeah, because you'd have to turn around. Oh, well, Splicer gives you 3 chances. Astral, we can't have Astral Alignment giving you 3 chances because that's 6 chances getting high end fucking gear. Like, what you do, turn around and give you an engram, and then you can, what they should maybe do is give you an engram, 3 engrams, and you can infuse it for only 3 times per week.
You can. That's tier 3 focusing.
Yeah, but you cannot use it for the Season of Splicer will give you 2 large stats. The tier 3 focusing on the Astral Alignment will only give you 1 high stat.
Right.
So you're only going to do the Splicer one because it gives you 2 high stats.
But that's a gamble, right? Because the Splicer one's 2 high stats, but you don't get to pick where they go. But Astral Alignment is focusing specifically, so you can go tier 3 mobility, right?
Yeah, but then you could have 30 points of mobility and everything else be 2 out of 58.
True, but you got more chance of it going in the spot that you want it to be in, so the gamble changes.
Yeah. And then you have to do all the things. Yeah,
that's the difference.
But
yeah, I get what you're saying. This is the problem of leveling system in Destiny. You know, we deal with power grind in just getting gear drops and then hitting power cap, and then we deal with stat grind. I'd rather keep the stat grind and like see if we can focus that a bit better. Just get rid of the power grind and get a level system in that. So that at least feels like it's a bit more out of the way, and then you don't feel like you spend so much of your early game just getting gear to be high enough level to get to the end game content. Instead, you can get gear that's fine, and you can work on building those stats while you build up your level.
Yeah.
Kind of gives you better attachment to what you've got, and I just feel like burnout happens too quickly with the way we do our leveling system.
I'm still using stuff from the season before last. I just put the new ornaments on it.
What's the point in getting new stuff, right?
Yeah,
Like,
because that's back down to fucking like sunset and shit though. Vince goes, did you know you can't put cooked eggs in the microwave? I didn't know until about 2 minutes ago. Why would you put cooked eggs in a microwave? That is
because he's got to recook them. Reheating eggs.
Heat them up. Put them in water.
Okay, we're kind of just rambling on stuff here. Let's get through those Instagram theories that you brought up earlier because they sounded interesting.
Right. Let's have a look.
Mm-hmm.
They were cold.
Put them in hot water.
Put them in water.
I'm glad we're on the same page. So.
Right. So this is off I'm in Cohesion. I think that's how it's spelled.
Mm-hmm.
Will Savathun use hive goats to res Oryx, Crota, Zol, etc. to create a hive empire and take over the universe with a dark light power combo that won't be able to stop?
Okay. Zol no longer has a physical form. His essence is in the Whisper of the Worm, so he can't be resurrected through that. Crota was split in two. His soul and his physical form are separated, and we destroyed both of those, so we can't be resurrected with that. With the ghosts.
Yep.
Oryx is the only one that I can see this happening with, because his body is still a chrysalis flying towards Saturn, last we saw. Potentially landing on the moon of Titan, like we don't fucking know, but like that's the theory. Oryx is the most likely one out of that situation for that to happen too.
Yeah, because they most probably gonna bring it in with the King's Fall raid, because we know understand that the King's Fall raid is coming back in next year, sometime next year. So it's going to be a reprised raid with Vogue, as Vogue was. Vogue is not leaving, guys. So don't start thinking Vogue is gonna go.
I don't know where people got that information.
People get like proper upset over it. It was like, you're taking our raid.
There was a post the other day that I couldn't help but like be the trolls on it, because someone's like, how do you feel knowing that with Witch Queen we're losing several raids and more strikes and more of this and more of that? I'm like, where did you get your information, dude?
Yeah.
Far out. People just I don't understand how people get like so misinformed and then just spread it so quickly.
Yeah, well, I don't want to go into that route because it's
good call.
But so what I'd like though is it tied in, so he doesn't come back, but he's just tied to the raid, and then the little bit of lore. Oh, we went and picked him up. We went and picked him back up again, and now he's tied to the raid. He's linked to the raid instead of it.
It would be good if they brought back, like, maybe Witch Queen, he doesn't get brought back in the Witch Queen campaign, but in that season where the raid comes back, a story beat plays out where he is resurrected, but we get the raid back to be like, hey, this is where we left off for people who didn't play D1. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, and we're picking up from here.
Yeah. So that'd be pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
But then it's the thing where it's the necromancy is his class as necromancy, and he's bringing back, and it's not sword logic.
Yeah, well, if he's resurrected, he wouldn't have his memory, so he'd be fine with it. He's not going to wake up and go, but you've broken my sword logic. And he's not going to know that sword logic is a thing. He's going to be an empty shell, and that ghost can just say, hey, this is cool. This is what we do. Let's go meet your sister. And he goes, oh, what's a sister? Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah, because he'd fucking wipe his memories as well, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't come back as Oryx the Taken King. He comes back as empty shell that looks like Oryx.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Shit.
Yeah. if he comes back, he is an empty shell puppet for Severson to play with.
Yeah, you're fucking right, man. You're very right. Yeah. And it'll be, like you said, a puppet. All right. The Wicker Woman. I don't think it will be anytime soon in the future, but I think that's at some point the Traveler will leave us.
He tried to. Someone destroyed its asshole.
Nobody fired though.
Well, we don't know who
Rasputin
fired.
did not fire first.
Yeah, we don't know who fired, but someone hit it and cracked it and stalled it. It's tried to leave before, and then that's why we have ghosts.
Yeah.
Traveler will travel.
I'm under the understanding that yes, he'll piss off.
I think I don't think he can anymore, and I don't think it wants to. Like, we've had that moment where it's awakened again. You know, it burst and then it brought itself back together and like, pushed out the darkness. I think it's like accepted that this is where its final stand's going to be, and then we're going to get the final shape.
Okay, and it is a circle.
Yeah,
square.
Pyramid.
It becomes a D20.
Dodecahedron. Yeah, becomes a D20.
This is off. That's the last one for that.
Mm-hmm.
Loey, here's something to talk about. Is Marisov a hunter or a titan, or possibly a warlock?
So I saw this in the chat in the Discord earlier, and I was confused because I was like, "What are you basing this question on? She's not a light bearer." But what it meant was, if she was a light bearer, what would you picture as?
I would put it as a warlock because of the powers.
Mm-hmm.
So just as other people, the Guardians is the denotations, or the Titan, the Warlock, the fucking hunter, is what Guardians gave themselves names.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Drifter. He is none of the above, and he is basically whatever he chooses to, because he's not a Guardian as such. He is a rogue light bearer.
Yes.
So it's
just like how Eris no longer calls herself a hunter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So it's what we have given us. It's what we have basically given our titles are. This is what we choose to be. So when we get brought in, when we get picked up, we decide as a person, what do we want to be? Then you become a hunter, you become a guardian, or you become a titan thing. So Marisov, I would make it a warlock. I would. What do you reckon?
I would say, okay, I'm going to kind of go off what you were saying there. If she was a tower member or warlock, but if she was to gain the light, I would say that she evolves. What do the 9 call it?
Cowboy bird.
No, you know when the 9 talked about the three figures, the Stranger, the Dredgen, and Eris, how they outgrew their design or something like that.
Yeah.
I think almost said Moriarty. I think Marisov would grow out of that thing, especially with her understanding of the bomb logic. She's been to the place where she ripped apart Crow and put him back together again. She has so much more knowledge beyond what the light is that I don't think she would conform to I'm a warlock. I think she would evolve into something else entirely.
Yeah.
And that's kind
multi-class.
I don't even know if it's multi-class or if it's like just an upgrade in general.
Yeah.
Like God tier guardian or God tier light bearer.
God, I want to bring up what we're doing, but like
I know
fucking touches on everything about this. All right. Right, where we go. If the Halo weapons are coming, which weapons would you want and what archetype?
I would want the Halo 1 pistol and then just win. Because that thing was ridiculous powerful.
Let's win.
Do you not know how the Halo 1 pistol worked? So that was the meta. That was the gun. It was 2 taps and it would like break shields, kill. It was that powerful. I would just get that gun and then that's it. Game over.
I would say the Needler, but we basically are the Telestos and it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah, let's have a second weapon that just fucking destroys the game.
It's awesome. Fucking Needler. I love that fucking game. You see the little
Um,
alien full of little pink fucking full of pink spikes, and
we
then he'd
can't.
run off and blow up. It's fucking great.
For fun, the gravity hammer, the brutes use. The big,
All right, yeah, okay.
just for something fun. Like we kind of had that with Rise of Iron with the axe, but that was like a world pickup. If it was an equipable, that'd be really fun. And
I
if we're
think it's
really
you,
going into it,
Vince. I think Vince is freeze.
he's
I think
frozen.
it's him. Yeah.
Um,
I'd like.
yeah.
I tell you what. I tell you what I want. What I really want. What I really want. I want a Zig Zigga. Is space battles. I want it like.
Oh yeah, why? Yeah, well, do any of our weapons, ships even have weapons?
No. Oh, they look like they got weapons. They look like they got weapons, but like space battles, just something in space. Like
Amanda
not
Holiday
even
had more than 3 lines again.
Yeah. So not even space battles. Just you go up and you have to dodge people in your ship. You have to fly your ship through.
It'd be great if we didn't know it was coming and then we just got that mission. Like Witch Queen is like, you get halfway through Witch Queen, it's like, all right, we need to get out of here or some shit, and then you go, oh, it's gonna be a cutscene of us flying off, and then it's just like it follows the ship out, but then the camera never cuts and it just stays stagnant.
Yeah.
And it's just like the command comes up: use left stick to steer ship. What?
Yeah, that'd be fucking awesome. Just out of the blue. Out of the blue, just do something like that. That'd be fucking cool.
I would be like, I'd be as soon as any DLC launches, even the 30th anniversary, I stay off Twitter for like a week just to give myself enough time to play through everything.
Yeah.
Because if that was to happen, Twitter would be like going, oh my god, don't say anything, but how crazy is Mission 4? And then you're sitting there going, all right, well, I'm waiting for Mission 4, aren't I?
Or be on Facebook. And be like,
yeah. Oh my god,
fucking
guys,
attacking me.
Look at
this.
Attacking me. This is what I did.
Yeah, look at this fucking thumbnail. Like, ooh.
Oh, right.
And then they got that's off Medley. Oh
yeah.
And a battle rifle from Steam. So there's a gun on the back of the Warlock. There's a gun on the back of the Warlock. It looks like an SMG.
Right.
It looks like an auto rifle. It looks like the what the fuck was it? It looks like a what's that fucking auto rifle that broke everything?
In Halo?
No, the SMG. The SMG within Destiny.
Recluse.
Yeah, it looks like that. It's got like a large silencer at the front. Yeah, it's got a large silencer at the front and stuff.
Right.
So it's pretty cool. It's on Discord, so you can have a look at that.
Yeah, I'll have a look later.
It looks like people say it looks like the BR 85 HB battle rifle, but it hasn't got that. It hasn't got the front on it.
Imagine, and I'm just like going down this unknown, like unexpected inputs that we get, right? Imagine if you're like walking along and then you kill a hive, and then all of a sudden it just says, hold square to dual wield weapons. And you pick up your gun, and then you have a hive gun.
Yeah,
like
why isn't that's prevalent in so many games? I don't understand why they can't do it within Destiny.
If they can't, or if it's a design choice that they don't want to do it. Because you can definitely set like this version of this gun is an SMG that is a dual wield variant. Or like it would have to be a loot drop specific. Like I got the dual wield variant of this gun.
Yeah.
Or even with the crafting system, you can craft the dual wield variant.
The issue is most of them are dual. The dual wielding, you'd have an issue because most of the weapons are two-handed weapons. Look at the hand cannon. It's the way the animation is.
You're not exactly Master Chief, eh?
Yeah, exactly. So it'll just break your fucking wrist. Like I reckon a dual wielding pistol is pretty good.
Sidearms you could.
Yeah. So, but dual wielding hand cannons, the fucking things are massive. So it'll just break your fucking wrist.
Yeah. Well, there'll always be limitations, but like you could dual wield SMGs, you could do sidearms.
Have you ever tried in life shooting two guns at once? It is a fucking nightmare.
Oh, I don't expect it to be good, but
it doesn't. They do not go. They go everywhere.
Everywhere, of course they would.
Yeah,
Ridiculous amount of recoil.
can't hit anything. I did. We fucked about with a Beretta 9mm when I was in the army, and we had a box full of ammo, and the guy's like, the box of ammo isn't coming back with us, and it's like 250 rounds.
Oh God!
And they only had 11 rounds. Each had 11 rounds in the magazine, and they were like, "Oh, go on, off you go." So you'd have to like, they're all right. What we want you to do is roll. So you have to do a roll, and again you got out, and they're like, "All right, then do the gangster one," and then you kind of go,
"Oh, right, I see what they're
and
doing."
Stuff like that. All right, do both at the same time. You go,
yeah, they're burning all the dumb shit out of you.
Yeah,
yeah.
But they're like, "Oh, just do this, do that, do this," and you're like, "Oh, yeah, it's absolutely fucking useless, absolutely fucking useless."
Burn the action hero shit out of the recruits. That's really smart.
Because when they brought what gun did they bring? They bought like the what the fuck's it called? Whatever it is, I can't remember. They bought all these guns from America, and they had the underslung grenade launcher.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and so you have an all with the underslung grenade launcher. It's like, so what happens when you shoot this into a building, like shoot this into a room? And the guy was like, you do not shoot it into the room.
Oh my God.
Because they're like, God, I got a boot fucking grenade in a room, just fucking blow you up. And
what do you think? What happens when I put a grenade in a room? What do you think happens when I put a grenade in a room?
Like, they just tell goes, you do not do that. You do not do that. You do not shoot a grenade into a room. I was like, but you see that on fucking TV all the time. Boom. Into a room. Yeah. Everyone blows up. You're okay on the outside. He goes, yeah, you'll fucking die. I was like, okay, fair enough.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Guys, this is coming up to the end of the podcast. Bungie Game to Give 2021. This is a charity thing on running from December the 2nd to December the 15th.
So right now.
Oh, yes, that's now.
Yes.
If you do $50, you get put in for the ship, the Bungie Foundation ship. If you give $35, you will have the heart emote thing, heart exotic multiplayer emote. $20 plus, you have arc propellant emblem. $10 plus, this is all USD as well, guys, Lifekeeper emblem. So over the last 3 years, it's slowly increased, and I think they want to get up to about 21k this year, or is it 15k? I'm not too sure.
I think 15.
But it's up to about 15. It's there, guys. Jump onto it. It's a great fucking thing. We will be doing our own charity thing. We're just in the process of sorting it out. Yep. If you want to be a part of that, give us a shout. Yes. We want a good couple of teams, and we will do the overlays, and then you just have our overlay. We've decided the charity, it is going to be Australia, spinal injuries Australia.
Yes.
That is what our charity is going to be. We are going to be doing that, more to come, more information to come.
Keep posted on that one.
Yeah, we're in the process of doing this. And that's it, guys. That's us. The ship is actually quite nice. I don't mind the ship. It's blue. It's got Bungie Foundation on the side.
It is blue. It's nice. Blue.
So that's it, guys. That is our fucking.
I'm gonna go watch a bunch of movies. I'm gonna go to sleep.
That is our podcast. Watch out for things, guys. We got things in the pipeline.
Watch out for falling from the skies.
Yeah, we got stuff in the pipeline. We are doing stuff. We are going to start doing limited edition merch.
Yes.
We are going to tie them in, because we were contemplating tying them into our holidays, as in Christmas and stuff, but we're not, because obviously there's religious connotations to those.
Yes.
So what we're going to try and do is tie them into the game. So the Dawning is coming up. We're going to try and do something on the Dawning, and then the Halloween thing. So we're going to tie them into that, and they're going to be limited edition merch as well.
Keep your eye out. Keep your eye on the Last Guardian store. Keep your eye on the website, Winky Face.
Yeah. We are also getting sponsors. That is going to come in the thing. So if you are going to be looking for a customized controller, wait out, guys. Wait out. We will sort something out.
Yes.
It hasn't come through yet, but we will sort it out, and then we can get a discount code.
We can get you some discount codes, and we can get some custom controllers going. Anyway, guys, More to come. Thank you so much for supporting us up
Yeah.
to this point. We're going to be out of here. Do you want to plug your stream before we go?
Right, guys. Watch me on Sebs58 on Twitch. I will be doing buckets. Buckets are live for everything that I fucking do. So you will see me jump off the edge with a bucket on my head.
Except for the podcast.
Except for the podcast.
Mhm.
People have tried it. Look at us on Relaxed Guardians on YouTube as well. Jump into there. Give us a subscription. Look at our videos. We are going to be doing shorts. We are going to be doing TikToks from now on. Well, from whenever I decide how to edit stuff.
Learn how to edit.
Yeah, because
Cool.
I don't know nothing.
Cool.
But go. That's it. That's all right. I'm
Everybody
out.
All right. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to follow us, you can follow us here at twitch.tv/Agnikai_God or over on youtube.com/Relagnikai _God. If you want to follow us on social media, go onto any social media platform and search Relaxed Guardians. You will find us. Check out the website, relaxedguardians.com. Keep your eye out there, guys. We've got exciting stuff coming. Thank you so much for the support over the years. See you next time. Peace. Bye. It's been 2 years.